We need to talk about that. We've got some good news as well. Montana House Judiciary Committee pushes back against Agenda 21. We've got, of course, what I was just mentioning, from Internet to ObamaNet, BlackBerries and AT&T are already making moves that could exploit new utility regulations. It's on. Obama's regs will make the Internet slow, as in Europe, warns FCC, FEC commissioners. Republican FCC commissioner asked Wheeler to delay net neutrality vote release proposal. That's right, the 322 pages is secret. That's from CBS News. It is secret, ladies and gentlemen. Since when do free countries continually have everything secret? You've got these Asian partnerships and trans-union partnerships and North American union partnerships and all these different agreements that are secret. And then pieces of it get leaked, and it's just so draconian. Remember 5 years ago, the Copenhagen Treaty, when they were trying to get global carbon taxes, and they wouldn't release it. Well, it got leaked. They confirmed, yes, that's the Danish text. That's what they called it, because it was a version in Danish, translated. Lord Monckton basically got it. We had him on first, and I popped champagne on air because it was just devastating that came out on the heels that same week of ClimateGate, with the top UN professors there in England at the university that were managing over 200 major colleges worldwide to hide the decline and engage in systematic cover-up. Does that mean I want to eat GMO? Does that mean I want to drink mercury and lead in the water supply? Does that mean I want every fish in the ocean caught and trolled? Does that mean I want GMO salmon 4 times bigger that will extinct the regular salmon population within 40 generations, according to major studies? Does that mean I want that in the water? Does that mean I want spider goats roaming around in the forest that are part spider? We know some of the spider goats have already gotten out, by the way, in New York and other states where they're producing them. Animals always end up getting out, especially goats. You can't keep them penned up. They can climb trees. Not kidding. They will climb a tree over a fence and jump out of a tree. You can go down and see goats at the San Antonio Zoo that climb trees. But it's a side issue. What I'm getting at is this earth is being annihilated right now. It's being chewed up, destroyed by the very people that grandstand and say, we're not worried about GMO. We're not worried about overfishing. We're not worried about all this stuff. We're not going to let people out west cut dead trees down and create fire breaks, so when there is a lightning strike, millions of acres burn down instead of humans being good stewards. Because when humans are good stewards and care about the land, it creates oases that animals absolutely thrive in. Humans can make things better and do, but that's not happening because they've made everything environmental about a global government that taxes carbon dioxide that's part of the 4 legs of life: sunlight, water, CO2, and O2 oxygen. 4 things: water, sunlight, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. If you don't have those, death. No life on this planet, baby. And what's king of those? The sun. Doesn't matter if you have CO2, oxygen, and water. If you don't have the sun, no life. So sun is a numero uno. And then you got to have the other 3. They're all paramount together. They're all co-equal, like the 3 branches of government. You got to have those 3. And they are saying we're going to track, we're going to tax, we're going to surveil, we're going to curtail carbon, all carbon, including carbon dioxide. If you increase carbon dioxide just a few sub-percentage points, not even a percentage point, but just a few fraction of a points, the studies are out there. Plants live longer and grow up to 3 times faster. Don't believe me? Just type in plants grow faster, higher yields with higher carbon dioxide. They've done literally thousands of published studies in the last 100 years in Germany, the U.S., Japan, you name it. in controlled greenhouses, pumping carbon dioxide in. They've done studies next to power plants that have carbon dioxide and water vapor coming out. What do you think happens to trees downwind from that? They found statistically they grow faster. And anybody can search engine the fact that if we just had a fraction of higher carbon dioxide, they predict that the Sahara would come back. And they've gone in and done core samples in the Sahara deep and found that it depends on the numbers you look at, but less than 10,000 years ago, it was a green oasis with huge crocodiles running around and jungles and just life everywhere, and that carbon dioxide's been dropping until recent times, and it's directly correlated. We're at one of the lowest levels of carbon dioxide in the history of this planet. That is undisputed. Do I want more oxygen? You bet. Do I want more carbon dioxide? You bet. Do I want more water? You bet. For life on this planet, do I want more sunlight? During higher sun cycles, when it's putting out more heat, more radiation, there's more life on this planet, more plankton. That means more carbon dioxide, which means more oxygen. Daily Mail, carbon dioxide emissions help tropical rainforests grow faster. Study shows trees absorb more greenhouse gases than expected. NASA study shows tropical forests absorb 1.5 billion tons of CO2 a year. Rainforests absorb more than half the CO2 taken up by vegetation globally. Scientists have previously believed tropical forests emitted carbon dioxide. Yeah, they were talking about cutting the rainforest down 5 years ago to stop. I mean, this is how crazy they are. That's like burning your lungs up with acid. I mean, just you know, and putting space mirrors up to do. Just please. I saw a Sahara study that was in association with the Smithsonian Institute. There's another one. Carbon dioxide, the gas of life. Tiny amounts of this miracle molecule make life on Earth possible. A special report by the Committee for a Constructive Tomorrow. That's probably some oil company funded deal if you actually just drill into the real studies out there. But again, you've got the biggest oil companies, BP, ExxonMobil, and Dutch Roll Shell. They give the majority of the pro-carbon taxing money in the world. Look it up. Goldman Sachs gives the most money for gun control, open borders, anti-family initiatives. Just look it up. BMW gives tens of millions to try to open our borders. I mean, just any of these companies you pick, just go look into it. The mischief they're involved in. Oh, and by the way, hundreds of companies are pouring just huge amounts of money into Hillary Clinton right now. It should be illegal. All these foreign interests. But if Dinesh D'Souza gets 5 of his friends to give $30-something thousand in combined, and it's questionable, he goes to jail for 9 months. But Hillary, she could sit up there and just take all the foreign government money she wants. And the reason I mention all this is snow on the ground in 48 states, USA Today. USA Today also reported record low since 1960 for the number of tornadoes in the United States. But you tune into the news, it's like tornadoes, deadly weather, it's on the rise because of human activity. Meanwhile, there's huge secret weather modification programs going on. And when we talk to meteorologists, it appears they're designed to create drought. You'll have huge wet weather systems coming into the West Coast, and then just suddenly 100 planes will take off, fly back and forth, spraying aluminum dioxide, barium salts, and other things, blocking the rain, making it go into the ocean. I mean, we're getting hit hard. Guaranteed we're under weather war attack. I mean, this is just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Snow is on the ground in 48 of the 50 states, according to 3 separate national snow cover maps. Florida has no snow on the ground, according to all the maps, one of which can be seen. But the 3 maps looked at don't agree on snow-free state. It could be South Carolina, it could be Louisiana, or possibly Mississippi. Anybody in those states see snow? But regardless of whether the 3 states have snow on the ground now or not, or some snow is forecast this fall, this week, or all of them, Florida will remain the lone holdout as no snow is predicted there. Well, they just had snow there a month ago. And yes, I had to look at the webcams in Hawaii where they had snow a month ago to see that patch of snow is there atop the high mountain located in a low state. And then it just goes through the fact that at least 48 states have snow right now. Unprecedented. Here's another article out of Michigan Live. Ann Arbor breaks record low temperature set in 1900, 115 years ago. Librarian Megan Hartline makes her way across the diag at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. There's a photo caption there I was reading. The temperature in Ann Arbor was -7, said University of Michigan weather observer Dennis Kahlbaum. It was still falling at that point, but was already low enough to break the previous record low of -5 for February 23rd, set in the date in 1900. With the wind chill, the temperature felt a good bit cooler than that. A wind chill advisory issued by the National Weather Service was in effect until noon. Yeah, it's 30-something here in Texas. Wind chill values could reach 15 to -20.